All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into two topics that are absolutely huge on your boards. We're talking USMLE Step 2, PLAB 1, lymphoma and multiple myeloma. We're going to deconstruct the common traps that cost people points so you can walk in there knowing you've got this covered.
So let's just jump right in. This quote here, it's perfect. Master the cluster logic or the refinery will fall. And look, for us, that cluster logic is your diagnostic pathway. And the refinery, well, that's your exam score. It's not just about memorizing facts. It's about seeing the connections.
Okay, this is the absolute core conflict you've got to get straight. On one side, you have lymphoma. Think of it as a malignant siege happening in the lymph nodes. On the other side, multiple myeloma. That's a complete takeover of the bone marrow by plasma cells. Two totally different battlefields. And for your exam, location is everything.
And real quick, just have to put this up. Remember, everything we're talking about today is for your exams. For educational purposes, this is not medical advice.
Okay, let's get into our first pathway. We're going to dismantle a really common trap, one that shows up all the time with lymphoma. This one is all about the node.
All right, picture this scenario. This is the classic vignette you're going to see in your exam. A 30-year-old comes in, single, painless neck node, and they're having drenching night sweats and losing weight. What's your first thought? More importantly, what's your next move?
So, the intern on your team, they want to be helpful, and they suggest a fine needle aspiration, an FNA. It's fast, it's easy, it seems like the logical next step, right? But is it? This is one of those make or break questions on the exam.
And the answer, you have to know this, is a huge, resounding no. And FNA is the absolute wrong answer here. Why? Well, it just sucks out a few cells. You get some lonely cells on a slide, but you miss the big picture. The diagnosis of lymphoma is all about the architecture. You need to see how the cells are arranged. And for that, you need the whole node. That means an excisional biopsy is the only correct answer.
So this is the protocol. This is the pathway you have to burn into your brain. It always starts with that presentation, painless node plus B symptoms. Then, the most critical step, excisional biopsy. From there, you're examining the nodal architecture, and what are you looking for? You're hunting for those classic Reed-Sternberg cells.
And really, this says it all, doesn't it? You need the whole node to see the whole crime. If you forget everything else about this, remember that. For lymphoma, it's all about the architecture.
Okay, let's switch gears. We're moving from the node to the bone. And we are about to expose one of the sneakiest, most common traps in all of oncology when it comes to multiple myeloma.
When you're thinking myeloma, your brain has to immediately fire off the CRAB mnemonic. This is your first alert system. C for high calcium, R for renal failure, A for anemia, and B for bone lesions or pain. You see this constellation? That's your signal to start digging.
All right, so you've got the CRAB criteria staring you in the face. The labs, the symptoms, it's all pointing to myeloma. So what's your next move? What imaging are you going to order right now to prove it?
And here it is. This is the trap that tanks so many scores. The knee-jerk answer for a lot of people is a Technetium bone scan, and that is a 0-point answer. It's totally wrong. A bone scan will come back looking normal because it only sees bone building or osteoblastic activity. Myeloma doesn't do that. You need a skeletal survey, just a series of x-rays to see the bone destroying or osteoclastic damage.
And here's the why behind the trap. You have to get this. Multiple myeloma is a disease of pure destruction. It's all osteoclastic. Those nasty plasma cells tell the osteoclast to just chew up bone, creating these punched-out lytic lesions. You can think of them as holes. A bone scan is looking for construction workers, not a demolition crew, so it sees nothing. You have to use an x-ray to find the holes.
Okay, so we'd broken down the two biggest traps. Now let's lock this stuff in. We're going to do a quick rapid recall to really encode this. I'll throw out the clue, you lock in the answer.
You see owl eye cells on a path report? What is it? Hodgkin lymphoma. Bam. You suspect myeloma? What's the first imaging you get? Skeletal survey, not a bone scan.
High calcium, renal failure, bone pain. What's screaming at you? Multiple myeloma.
You see that big M spike on electrophoresis? What's that tell you? It's a plasma cell dyscrasia. Okay, a little trickier. It's an M spike, but it's specifically IgM, and the patient's blood is thick. They have hyperviscosity.
That's your clue for Waldenström Macroglobulinemia.
All right, one more for extra points. Your patient says their lymph node hurts after they have a beer. What is that a weirdly specific clue for? Hodgkin lymphoma.
Okay, great. We've handled the individual traps, the node trap, the bone trap, but look, the real test, the final boss on the exam, is putting it all together.
Because the boards aren't just going to test one piece. They're going to test your speed, your ability to build a decision tree in your head on the fly. So that's the real question I want you to leave with. Can you, right now, in 60 seconds, navigate these pathways? Can you see a painless node and instantly think excisional biopsy? See CRB criteria and instantly think skeletal survey? That is the kind of rapid, integrated thinking that gets you the high score.